we join the nation in celebrating the life of a leader who played a defining role in Nigeria's history, both as a military head of state and as a democratically elected president.
Gentlemen, as has already been announced, the Supreme Military Council met yesterday and after an exhaustive deliberation approved your appointments as military governors for the 19 states of the Federation. Your choice for this assignment is based mainly on your personal merit and the confidence which the members of the Supreme Military Council have in your ability to discharge the responsibilities of a military governor in the best interest of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and without fear or favor, affection or ill will, in accordance with the oath which you have just taken.
Community for the concerted response to COVID-19. The solidarity and the drive to contain the first truly global health emergency of our time is a pointer to the many things we can achieve if we work together. On our part, Nigeria has made strenuous efforts to contain the virus and hold its deadly onslaught on our people. Our efforts have been rewarded with moderate success. At the outset, we recognize detection and contact tracing to be important tools in combating the virus. In this connection, from a mere 4 laboratories with testing and detection capacities, we ramped up the facilities to over 140 centers today. Similarly, we built isolation centers and emergency hospitals wards in record time all over the country. We carry out genomic sequencing in designated laboratories across the country with a view to detecting variants in circulation.
At this solemn moment, we honor his service, reflect on his legacy, and pray for strength and comfort for those he leaves behind. From all of us at Femi Walsh Limited, may his soul rest in peace.
Hello and welcome to World News on SOUQ News Television from our studios live in Lagos. I am Omobola Sandra. First, the headlines. Nigeria launches new skills training, Uber for Artisans initiative to tackle housing skills. Nigeria's oil output exceeds OPEC quota for first time in years. Senegal raises $640 million in oversubscribed bond sale amid debt concerns. FIFA confirms 2026 World Cup ticket sales start September 10. Mexico to host opener. Now the news in details. The federal government has rolled out a new initiative to boost skills in Nigeria's housing sector, known as the National Artisan Skills Acquisition Program, NASAP, aims to train and certify young Nigerians in construction trades such as plumbing, carpentry, masonry, and electrical works. Housing Minister Ahmed Dangiwa says the program is more than just training. It's a national strategy to link skilled workers directly to jobs, improve housing quality, and reduce reliance on foreign artisans. A key feature is Craft Hub, a digital platform that connects trained artisans to contractors, much like an Uber for artisans. Vice President Kashim Shettima, who attended the launch in Abuja, called the program a game changer that can create jobs and improve infrastructure delivery. The government targets 10,000 trained artisans each year, with a nationwide rollout expected by 2026. Nigeria is stepping up efforts to strengthen food and nutrition security through a new collaboration with the Permanent Interstate Committee for Drought Control in the Sahel. CILSS, the Minister of State for Agriculture, Aliu Abdullahi, revealed this during a meeting with a CILSS delegation in Abuja. He said the partnership supports Nigeria's plan to modernize agriculture and boost access to affordable, nutritious food. The government is also promoting biofortified crops like zinc-enriched rice and embracing technology to improve farm productivity. Executive Secretary Abdullahi Mahmudu reaffirmed the organization's commitment to tackling hunger across West Africa, adding that stronger food systems and sustainable diets are key to long-term solutions. In June, Nigeria's crude oil output surpassed the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, limit by slightly more than 1.5 million barrels per day. The nation's oil output increased from 1.4533 million barrels per day in May to 1.505 million barrels per day in June, according to data from OPEC's most recent monthly market oil report. Nevertheless, the output fell short of the 2025 budget's intended 2.06 million barrels per day. Data from OPEC indicates that this is the first time in years that the nation's production output will reach the 1.5 million barrels per day cutbacks. Nigeria produced 1.1 million barrels per day in 2023, 1.3 million barrels per day in 2024, and as of January 2025, 1.4 million barrels per day. According to Bayo Ojulari, the group's chief executive officer of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, Nigeria is increasing its output with a medium-term objective of reaching 2.06 million barrels per day by 2027. He was hopeful that oil production will increase to 1.9 million barrels per day by December of this year. Senegal has secured over $640 million in its latest bond sale, surpassing its target by more than 21%. The public offering, which ran from June to July, marks the country's second bond issue this year. It was arranged by CGF Bourse with Societe Generale Senegal as co-lead. Despite investor concerns over the country's rising debt, the finance ministry says strong demand reflects renewed confidence in Senegal's economic outlook. Proceeds from the bond will go towards stabilizing public finances, stimulating growth, and easing debt repayments. The government is also updating its GDP calculations, a move analysts say could reduce the country's debt ratio, now among the highest in Africa. Zimbabwe is set to begin construction of $270 million lithium concentration plant in the third quarter of this year. The state-owned Kuvimba Mining House will lead the project at the Sandawana mine in partnership with two Chinese companies whose names are yet to be disclosed. Once complete, the plant will process up to 600,000 metric tons of lithium per year, with commissioning expected by early 2027. The move comes as global lithium prices struggle after a deep drop, but experts predict a recovery by the time the plant comes online, driven by rising electric vehicle demand. Zimbabwe, Africa's top lithium producer, plans to ban raw lithium exports by 2027, pushing for more local value add and job creation through domestic processing. The International Monetary Fund says Egypt's progress under its $8 billion loan program has been slow, with state-owned companies still dominating the economy and crowding out the private sector. In a new report, the IMF warned that Egypt's heavy focus on mega projects and public spending is stifling job creation and worsening financial risks. It also noted that limited transparency around finances of military-linked firms, despite their access to tax breaks and cheap land. The fund predicts Egypt's external debt will climb from $162 billion to $200 billion by 2030. It is now urging authorities to expand the tax base, remove untargeted subsidies, and tighten oversight of key public institutions. We'll take a short break. More global business and policy updates after this. Stay with us.
Welcome to Femi Walsh Limited, owners of SOUQ TV Lagos, Our Radio Lagos, Kaswa Radio Kano, and of course Emirates TV Abuja and Dubai. Our niche market for media is business, economy, and development. At Femi Walsh, we promote your company's products and services using our world-class facilities. From our radio to SOUQ TV, what you get is nothing but the best of the very best. And if you're looking for the premium production firm for your events and corporate coverage, think no further, because we offer you the best of industry standards. With high-definition cameras ranging from 4K to 8K multicam setups, high-directional microphones, and real-time streaming encoders, we give you a production like none other. And if you're looking to produce podcasts, adverts, and documentaries, our team of experts will ensure that you convey your message clearly and professionally. Femi Walsh, Global Vision, Local Impact.
Welcome back. China says it is resuming normal relations with the European Parliament, ending years of strained ties over human rights concerns in Xinjiang. Beijing confirmed that all restrictions on exchanges between Chinese and European Union lawmakers have now been lifted. The move marks a major step towards improving diplomatic and economic cooperation between the two sides. This development follows China's removal of sanctions on former European Union lawmaker Reinhard Bütikofer, who was blacklisted in 2021 during a dispute over human rights accusations. The announcement comes ahead of a high-level China-EU summit in Beijing later this month, where top leaders from both sides are expected to meet. Official figures released on Wednesday revealed that British inflation hit an 18-month high in June, putting further strain on the government and the country's economy. According to a statement from the Office for National Statistics, the Consumer Prices Index rose to 3.6% last month from an annual inflation rate of 3.4% in May due to the continued high cost of food and motor fuel. While the majority of analysts had predicted no change, the ONS said the June's level was the highest since January 2024. Prime Minister Keir Starmer and the UK government are under further pressure as they deal with the uncertainty brought on by US tariffs, as seen by the inflation report and recent official statistics that showed Britain's GDP unexpectedly declined for a second consecutive month in May. Now, trade tensions are rising between the European Union and the United States as both sides prepare for high-level talks in Washington. The European Union's trade chief, Maros Sefcovic, is expected to meet U.S. officials this week to negotiate a possible resolution. This comes as President Donald Trump threatens to impose a 30% tariff on EU imports starting August 1st. In response, The EU has prepared retaliatory tariffs worth over $83 billion, targeting U.S. goods, including aircraft, bourbon, vehicles, and agricultural products. The standoff is already causing uncertainty in global markets. Dutch chip-making giant ASML says the tensions are forcing U.S. clients to delay investments, while shares in European car makers continue to dip. Analysts warn the fallout could hurt European earnings and disrupt decades of trade cooperation. And now moving on to sports, FIFA has announced that ticket sales for the 2026 World Cup will begin on September 10th. The tournament, set to be co-hosted by the United States, Canada, and Mexico, will be the biggest in the history with 48 teams and 104 matches. Fans are encouraged to pre-register on FIFA's website to increase their chances during the first phase of sales. The opening match is scheduled for June 11th in Mexico City, while the final will be played at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey on July 19th, 2026. FIFA says full ticketing details, including prices and categories, will be released in the coming months. And that's a wrap on World News Today. For more updates, do follow us on our social platforms. Thank you for listening. I am Omobola Sandra.